Big update. I am back in Australia. So, what's the go? Let's rewind to last January. I had this idea not to walk from Cape Town to Cairo actually, but to walk from Cape Agulhas, the southern tip of Africa, to Magadan, Russia, the longest possible walk from point A to point B on Earth, and has never before been done. I announced Cape Town to Cairo first, as this was part of the route anyway, and a possible world record. And I was, to be honest, afraid of someone richer and more resource equipped than myself starting the walk from Cape Agulhas to Magadan before me, or catching me up, and then, being the first to do it and not myself. I had then planned to announce the walk to Magadan once I got to Cairo, and then I'd continue walking to Magadan. Once I get there, I would announce that, in actual fact, at the right time of year, you can walk from Russia to America via the Bering Strait, which is frozen over in winter. So, in actual fact, the longest possible walk on Earth, which has never been done, is from the southern tip of Africa to the southern tip of mainland South America. In not wanting to tempt a more resource-equipped person into beating me by only mentioning Cape Town to Cairo at the beginning, I've possibly shot myself in the foot, in that my social media did not grow to the point where I could sustain myself. That was the plan. It didn't happen. Possibly, if I announced South Africa to Magadan or Chile from the get-go, I may have gained more traction and started earning money and still be on the walk. Having said that, when I did get to the point where I realized I wouldn't have the money to get to Cairo, I did make an announcement that I'd be walking from South Africa to Magadan, and that post did no better than my usual posts anyway, so I may not have mattered. Rewinding back to last year, I started planning, I slept in my work car, I ate very basic food to save money for this endeavor, I started training, learned self-defense. Now the point of this video is not to talk about everything that I did in preparation for it. Just know that what I've just mentioned adds up to about 10% of the effort and time that I spent in trying to make this happen. Once the walk started, everything was going great. My body felt great. I was camping out, that was going well. I did some 50K days. On average, I was beating the pace that I needed to. So even though the current record holder had a van and a team of 4 people helping him, I was by myself, but I was still beating the pace required to get the world record. So in theory, if not for money issues, I could have broken the record. Having said that, I know nobody cares about what you say or what you could have done. People do care about what you did do. And so as of today, Keith Boyd remains the best there ever was at traversing Cape Town to Cairo on foot in the fastest possible time. Now, there are other people who have done similar walks at a faster pace. Russ Cook, the hardest geezer, most notably, ran from the southern tip to the northern tip of Africa in 352 days, averaging roughly 45 kilometers per day. There are other people who have done similar walks solo. Ewart Grogan, the first person to walk from Cape Town to Cairo, did so in about 2.5 years. Mario Rigby also walked from Cape Town to Cairo solo. He did it in about 2.5 years. Fiona Campbell walked from Cape Town to Tangier in Morocco solo. It took her about 2.5 years. Carl Busby, who has been walking from Chile back to Hull in England, not the longest walk from point A to point B possible, but the longest walk from point A to point B that has ever been done. He has been on the walk for 30 years. I was on par to walk from Cape Town to Cairo in under 300 days, which means that for the walk that I did, nobody has ever walked solo across Africa at a faster pace than what I was doing. So that's pretty cool to say. Of course, I'm not still walking, so let's talk about some of the negatives first. The fact that I haven't made it there is a negative. The fact that I haven't broken the world record is another negative. I also didn't actually raise much money for charity. I raised a little over $500, but in actual fact, the amount of money I saved to try and make this endeavor happen was much more than that. So it is a bit disappointing. That's probably the most disappointing aspect of this. It was boring at times. I mean, walking for 7 to 10 hours a day does get boring. You also do get pestered for money a lot in a lot of the areas you go through. If not directly asking for money, it might be, oh, hey, what are you doing here? What are you trying to do? It might be, oh, hey, what are you doing? I'll help you. I'm just going to the supermarket, mate. You walk over. They're like, yeah, I'll help you. They walk with you into the supermarket. They show you where it is, even if you knew where it was anyway. Then when you get there, it's like, okay, I helped you, now give me money. So that does get annoying. And now that I know I don't have the money to complete this walk, we may not see someone complete the longest walk. Okay, let's now talk about some of the positives. First one is I did put my money where my mouth was. I am a doer, not a talker. I did try making a big difference in this world, and I won't die wondering. It is really cool to know that as I get older, I'm never going to look back on this time and think to myself, what if I just tried that walk? Now I know. I've got some awesome stories to take with me too. I made it back alive and well, so that's obviously a massive bonus. The fact that everything was going so well and that money literally was the only reason that I stopped, I am very content with that. And as it happens, we may actually see someone complete the longest walk, and within the next few years. There is a woman, goes by G3 and Me Walking on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. She actually started that walk before I did, and she does plan to go from Cape Town all the way to Magadan. She's currently walked most of Africa and will be continuing, so check her out. Dave, what about you? Are you going to continue this walk? The door is always open. Should things change and it becomes financially viable, I may indeed continue this walk. The fundraiser is still open. People still do suffer with mental health, so it's always a worthwhile cause. You can still buy shirts, so if you want one, make sure you buy one soon before I close down the website in a week. And if you do want to help me recover any of the money that I spent on the walk, the GoFundMe is still open. Having said that, I am back and working, I'm okay, so I would rather your money go towards the charity. And lastly, thank you to all who followed along, who liked, commented, shared my content, who helped in any way in person along the walk, who bought a shirt, who donated, who helped in any way. It is all massively appreciated. So thank you. See ya.